Happy Thursday. My name is Amy Gonzalez and I'm the Children's Director here at West Valley Christian Church. We want to thank you for following along with us as we have traveled through Holy Week following Jesus. Today is Thursday. Thursday marks the first day of Passover, a celebration that is traditional to the Jewish people, celebrating God's deliverance from slavery in Egypt. During this particular Passover, Jesus chose to celebrate what we now know to be his final meal with his disciples. It is in this time that Jesus gave a special gift that we as Christians today know as communion. Matthew chapter 26, verses 26 through 28 say, "While they were eating, Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to his disciples, saying, 'Take and eat. This is my body.' Then he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, saying, 'Drink from it, all of you. This is my blood, poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins.'" These elements, the bread and the wine, that were traditional elements of the Passover meal, now had a much deeper meaning. They were a gift given to the disciples and to us that represents Jesus' love for them, for you, and for me. We now celebrate these elements in what we call communion. These elements, the bread and the wine that were traditional elements of the Passover meal, now had a much deeper meaning. They were tangible representations of Christ's love in an event that had not yet taken place. What strikes me most about the event that we now call the Last Supper is that while they were sitting at that table and Jesus was giving them this tangible symbol of his love, Jesus knew that when he was in the garden praying and asking the disciples to stand watch, that they would fall asleep. Jesus knew that Judas would betray him, leading to his arrest. Jesus knew that Peter would deny him. Jesus knew, sitting at that table, that these people that he had walked with and loved were going to let him down. Jesus knew that he would be abandoned by these men that he loved so deeply, and yet still, in the midst of that knowing, wanted to give them this gift of his tangible love that they could take with them. Romans 5 verse 8 says, "But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we are still sinners, Christ died for us." Today I encourage you to read Matthew 26, to reflect on all of the events of that evening, to think about how shameful and guilty the disciples must have felt when they saw all of these things play out. What I hope you remember today is that Jesus already knows. He already knows where we will fall short. He already knows where we will fail. And Jesus knows all of those things, yet loves us anyway. The great news is, this isn't the end of the story. God loves us at our lowest, but he doesn't want us to stay there. We hope that through the rest of this week that you will continue this journey with us as we watch how God's story of redemption unfolds.